I often, almost every night, have dreams where I find myself in large buildings like dormitories, schools, or institutions. These are multi-story buildings with lots of rooms, offices, classrooms, and many people. Most often, I end up there on a mission, so to speak. I need to do or find something, and at the same time remain unnoticed. People in these buildings are usually unfriendly. In real life, I don't have issues with others. The buildings are in poor condition, dilapidated, unfinished, and decaying. Either the building is beautiful, but surrounded by ruin. What could such dreams mean? Thank you in advance for your answer. Dear Amma, I would probably interpret your dream precisely from a psychological point of view, because it seems to me that this is most appropriate here. When we see certain buildings, when we are inside them, it usually symbolizes delving into our own consciousness. A building in dreams usually represents the inner world. The space outside, that is, outside the buildings, is the external world. But in this case, it is specifically about the inner world. You are not a confrontational person in the external world, but inside, your mind demands your attention, because there is a certain disorder there, a certain incompleteness. As a rule, you do not let this incompleteness out into the external world. Perhaps this is why you avoid confrontation subconsciously. You know that revealing your inner strength to the outside world might make you vulnerable, as things may not be fully in order within yourself. Night is the time when you can change this. That is, for now, you have realized that your inner space requires a certain amount of attention, repair, tidying up, and so on. Everything inside you, your memories, connections, thoughts, hopes, and aspirations, kept internal instead of expressed, becomes hostile to you. Because the structure of consciousness, as it currently exists, really doesn't like being altered or changed in any significant way. That's where all the effects of our subconscious actually come from, which reacts to any attempt to put your own worldview in order with three successive troubles, namely laziness, fear, and pain. These are the three layers of defense. This is how our own inner world defends itself from us. Aggression is the flip side of fear, as we've already discussed. Any aggressive elements we see in our dreams are possibly, let me stress this, possibly an indication of activity from this second layer. Laziness is the first layer. When we don't see dreams, though we do, we just don't remember them. The subconscious is protecting us. Pain, on the other hand, is a critical situation when we reach the threshold of something our subconscious deems untouchable. Therefore, perhaps with your ability to see dreams, I might suggest that you learn lucid dreaming techniques and begin consciously cleaning up in your dreams. Simply put, when you see a mess, start tidying up, and you'll begin to feel how you're changing on the inside. After a while, your behavior will start to change on the outside as well, and as a result, you'll experience slightly different effects in your life, because you'll be emanating into the real world with different emotions, different thoughts, and you won't be afraid of conflicts. If you need to stand up for your own beliefs or rights, you'll be better able to understand other people when they try to do the same. You'll be better at sensing when your non-confrontational nature becomes a reason for people who shouldn't be in your personal space to intrude, but because of your flexibility, tolerance, and avoidance of conflict, they enter your inner world as if it were their own home, without even taking off their muddy boots, and so on. In other words, you'll begin to perceive reality differently, and this will benefit you. And if you're a dreamer, you'll master this technique easily. Then, perhaps after some time, you'll be able to tell us about the effects you've experienced as a result of acquiring this skill.